Hey guys, it's John here from Sonic Drive Studio. I hope you're all doing well and welcome to the channel. Something a little bit different for you guys today. Usually on this channel I talk about guitars, amplifiers, guitar tones, guitar gear and all that good stuff. But in this video I'm going to show you guys how I shoot my videos, what kind of cameras I use, and also show you a new upgrade that I just got. I think this should be fun and also interesting for you guys, especially if you're just getting started with shooting guitar videos on YouTube. So when I first started this channel, I needed to get a camera to film myself, obviously. And I knew absolutely nothing about cameras whatsoever, so I thought that the GoPro might be a good option for me. You know, it's small, it's easy to use, and it has pretty good image quality for the price. I also liked the idea of having that sort of fisheye look, that wide angle look, and mounting the camera on the headstock of my guitars also seemed like a cool option to have. So then I bought my very first camera, the GoPro Hero 7 Plus Silver Edition, I believe this is. So this is what I used for all my videos for quite a while at the beginning of my channel. And I think I got some pretty decent images out of this, at least for a beginner. And also mounting it on the headstock was just a lot of fun, and it opened up some cool creative possibilities for me. And by the way, for that purpose, I use this cool little device. This is the GoPro The Jam, and you can mount this on your headstock with ease. This goes on the headstock and then you put your camera here. And you all know that angle, it looks pretty cool if you ask me. I used it quite a bit in my earlier videos, but in recent years I haven't used it all that much, to be honest. I might go back to use it more again in the future because it is a really cool effect having that camera mounted on your guitar headstock. So that's the GoPro The Jam for you, a cool little device. Now at a certain point some years ago, I started to realize that my image quality just wasn't up to par. Especially in terms of sharpness and resolution, and the overall detail just didn't look good enough to me anymore. So then I upgraded to the GoPro Hero 7 Black, which I'm using right now over there and over there. Now that was a pretty significant upgrade for me because all of a sudden I could film in 4K, which is a huge bump up in resolution, of course. Because the Hero 3 Plus Silver Edition that I used to use was not able to shoot in 4K, just 1080p basically. I used my first one quite a bit, and then when I moved to this new place I got a second one just to be able to shoot two different camera angles at the same time. So then I basically got the setup that I'm using right now. So as you can see, I have two GoPro 7s mounted on these tripods over here and over here. And I also use this smartphone for B-roll footage. It also shoots in 4K. I usually shoot my amp footage and close-ups of gear with this HTC phone. And by the way, I always record my voice with an external mic into my DAW, and for that purpose I'm using this Slate Digital VMS microphone, and I add a little bit of processing in the DAW after to touch it up a bit. And of course, to make your videos look nice, you're going to need some lights, and these are the lights that I'm using with these diffuser umbrellas. So how I usually shoot with my GoPros is I shoot in linear mode. The standard GoPro field of view is the wide mode, which is what I'm using on that camera, and that sort of has that wide fisheye look. The linear mode is more traditional and flat, so less distorted and less warped, especially on the sides. But usually when I film myself playing guitar, I have one camera set up with the wide view. Now recently though, I started to feel like it was time for another upgrade. Now I love my GoPro Hero 7s a lot, they've served me well, but the image quality could just be a little bit better. Now one of the reasons for that is that when you shoot with the GoPro Hero 7 in linear mode, you can only shoot in 2.7K, so not in 4K. And with the new GoPro Hero 10s, you can shoot in linear mode with up to 5K in resolution. And the image quality of the GoPro Hero 10s versus the GoPro Hero 7s should be a little bit better overall. So I decided to upgrade to the newer GoPro Hero 10s, and I got them in the mail yesterday. Here they are, my new little buddies. I'm very excited about this actually because I've been wanting to do this upgrade for quite a while. Another cool thing about these newer GoPro Hero 10s, aside from the image quality, is that they have this very cool front screen over here that can help you to frame up your shots. With the GoPro Hero 7, I always had to connect to the GoPro app on my phone to frame up my shots, because on the app on the phone, you can see how the camera is filming basically. You can still do that with the 10s, but now I also have this front screen in which I can also see how the shot is framed up. So that should probably improve the workflow a bit, so that's a nice touch. I'm going to turn off the GoPro Hero 7s right now and then put the 10s on the tripods. And let's see how much of a difference that makes. I'll be back in a second. So here we are with the GoPro Hero 10s. I hope it looks good. I'm filming with some basic quick settings. This one is filming in 4K with the linear mode. It should look very similar in terms of how the frame is set up. I'm using the high bitrate settings. I've set EVCOM to -05. And I've also set the ISO max to 800, I believe. And sharpness to medium and the GoPro colors to medium or natural, I believe. It's a new setting. And on this camera, I'm also shooting in 4K, but with the wide field of view. Similar settings as the other camera. I'm using 25 frames per second, by the way. But on this camera, I did set the ISO max to 1600, I believe, just to see how much of a difference that makes here. I'm not trying the 5K settings just yet, but I'll try that soon just to see if that makes a difference as well. I just want everything to look very sharp and crispy. I think I need to do some experimentation in the future just to see which settings work the best for me and my setup over here. But hopefully these sort of default settings already look quite nice. If only it looked just a little bit sharper and perhaps a little bit more nice in terms of coloring, that would be great. Let's do a quick comparison between the GoPro Hero 10 and the GoPro Hero 7. So now you're looking through the GoPro Hero 10, 4K on the linear field of view, and now the GoPro Hero 7 at 2.7K in linear mode. And now you're looking through the GoPro Hero 10, 4K on the wide field of view, and now the GoPro Hero 7 in 4K also in the wide mode. So that's the difference with almost no time spent on dialing the settings in of these cameras. I'm pretty excited to see the differences myself, to be honest, which will happen after I'm shooting this video, of course. Of course, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Is this a big improvement or not? Now, I know that the GoPro isn't the most professional camera out there for shooting YouTube videos, but to be honest, I have really enjoyed working with the GoPro cameras myself. I really like working with these little guys, and they're so cute too. The footage looks pretty great, and overall they are just easy to use. I'm not afraid to admit that I'm not an expert when it comes to cameras and all the gear that comes along with that, so the lenses and all that stuff. So I think that if you're like me, at least starting out with a GoPro could be a very cool and nice option. Another factor for me is that the GoPro cameras tend to be much more affordable than the more fancy camera options out there. And for me personally, I just prefer to put those resources towards gear for the channel, so the music gear basically. My brain is just much more focused on the music and the quality of the sound and all the different amp tones and all that good stuff. So that's my main focus, and that's what I choose to focus on primarily, basically. Never say never though, maybe in the future one day I'll upgrade to a big boy camera, but for now these GoPros are doing the job just fine and I really enjoy working with them. That's all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and that you found it useful. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe along with the notification bell and a like down below, as that really helps the channel out and it also helps you to stay up to date on all my activities. You can also follow Sonic Drive Studio on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Thank you guys so much for watching and I hope to see you guys very, very soon. Cheers!